This is Marvel Universe, Marvel's Greatest Battles comic packs, 2 packs featuring Daredevil and Bullseye. The set, or the 2-pack, is part of the third installment, or the third wave of Marvel's Greatest Battles comic packs, 2 packs for 2011. And folks, in the entire wave, this of 2 packs, this is the most sought after pair. We never got the assortment for Wave 2 here in Manila. The importer skipped Wave 2 because he probably figured that the Luke Cage and Iron Fist 2-pack, as well as the Captain Britain and Spider-Man 2-pack, were going to be placed in the assortment of the Wave 3. They immediately went ahead and got Wave 3, which had all four of the new 2-packs, Waves 2 and 3, plus some repacked 2-packs in the assortment, like Thor and Iron Man and Captain America and Wolverine. But out of all the 4 2-packs of Wave 2 and 3, this is the most sought after pack amongst collectors, well, at least here in Manila. Alright, I'm not a big fan of Daredevil, the comic book. This is the first time I've actually picked up a Daredevil Marvel Universe figure as well as a Bullseye figure. I've never really picked up the other single-carded figures or the 3-pack Wolverine or Wolverine Daredevil. It just never seemed to appeal to me. I was a big X-Men fan. Liked Iron Man. The Daredevil comic book wasn't as appealing to me, but the way Marvel had done this duo, they did it spot on. It's probably the best. I think it's a lot better than the previously released molds of Daredevil as well as Bullseye. And I think if you're a big Daredevil fan, even though you've gotten a lot of Daredevil figures, you have got to pick up this set. Alright, but before we begin, as always, I'd like to show off the packaging. Wait, let's do it on another. Okay, right here. It's got great artwork. I just can't remember the guy who did it. I know it. Somebody tell me who did it. I forgot. But anyway, it's a great artwork on these 2-packs. And as you can see at the background, you get to see part of the Shield, the movie Shield, I think, a logo. I'm not sure. Maybe Ultimate Shield. But it's part of the Shield logo, I think. And here is the rest of the assortment. The only one not here is the Captain Britain and Spider-Man for Waves 2 and 3. I also got this set, and I'll be reviewing it soon as well. I actually like this set. I was looking forward to this set amongst all of them, but I ended up liking this one the best. But we'll see. Alright, the set also comes, because it is a comic pack, obviously it will come with a reprinted vintage comic book. Vintage because it's really old. It's issue 132 of Daredevil, The Man Without Fear. Back in the day, the comic books weren't that great compared to now. And the artwork, it was okay. It was great during its time, but compared to the comic books you've seen now, DC Comics, the new Marvel comics, it just pales in comparison. But back then, it was pretty cool. I mean, they had that SPAC, Katow, sweet, those weird sound effects or something. And at the end, you get sort of like a bio on, a sort of bio on Daredevil and what he's done and the several incarnations he's had. And you get some artwork on Bullseye and some ads. But yeah, if you wanted to know what comic books were back in the 70s, 80s, these was how they were looked like. These were like, I was growing up, I could not afford to get a lot of the comic books back then because I could not save my allowance enough to get all the comic books I wanted. I could only save enough for X-Men. That was it. So anyway, that's that. Finally, after 5 minutes, he goes in depth with the figures. Let's start with Daredevil. Very, very cool looking Matt Murdock figure. It's a new mold, not a recycled Daredevil mold. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. There's several Daredevils figures that have been released out there in the market. This one takes on the Doctor Strange mold, I think. No, I'm not sure anymore. The legs are of Doctor Strange, I think, because of the very articulated legs. The chest and arms, I'm not sure. It could be a first for him. But they have the same body mold. They just differ in the fists and the head sculpt, as well as the accessories. So let's get right into paint apps. Very, very nice paint apps. I actually found very few sets that actually had poor paint apps. If you're going to nitpick and really be nitpicky about it and just pick, what am I saying? If you are going to be nitpicky and you want the best one on the shelf, if you see a couple, the first thing you have to look at with Daredevil is really his the paint on his head sculpt. As you can see on mine, there's a little bit of paint missing on his nose. It should be black. All of it is be black. But that's one thing. That's probably the only thing you should be looking at. Everything else is just fantastic. They've got this detail on his muscles. They put a little bit of a dark wash on it to highlight the muscles. Very, very nice. Articulation. He's got a ball joint on his neck, as well as a hinge, so you can get him in very dynamic poses like that. The man without fear. I don't have another Daredevil to compare it with. If you want a comparison with the rest of the Daredevil figures that have been released by Marvel, as well as the original Bullseye figure, check out Ash Rock's video on this pair. He's done a great video on the Daredevil and Bullseye set. Okay, ball jointed upper torso, a waist swivel. I mean, for me, you either have a waist swivel or a torso joint, but they've given him both. Ball hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, hinge elbow, swivel wrist, a ball jointed. It's a ball jointed hip. Yeah. It makes it a little bit hard to put into a pose when you just open it up, but once you get the hang of it, it's fine. It's got a thigh swivel, a little bit loose, but no big deal. It's got a double hinge knee, a shin swivel, and he's got the rocking ankle joint like that that goes left and right, as well as the up and down hinge. So very, very cool, well articulated, well painted, well sculpted Daredevil. I absolutely love this Daredevil figure. Not a big fan of the comic, as I said. I did like the movie though. I mean, had Hasbro bought Toy Biz back then, they would have come up with a Daredevil line. I would have loved that line, but as it is, not a big fan of the character. Now the Billy Club does split into two. There is no string, no cable. Oops, almost lost it there. There is no. You could, if you wanted to customize it, I suppose you could put a thin piece of wire in between these guys, these two batons, but there's nothing. So you can have him pose with the two pieces of Billy Club, or just have him connected as one. There is no cane end, which would have made it very, very comic book accurate. You can store both pieces on the holster provided. Oh, it's a little bit tight. A little bit tight, as a I don't wanna have a Freudian slip again. As tight as a jar cap. Yeah, absolutely, a jar cap. Yeah, very tight. It's very hard, very difficult to insert Daredevil's batons into the sleeve. I am not making any sense. It's very tight. Keep it PG, man. Keep it GP. Don't make it a rated R review. Sorry folks. All of you non-teenagers, below 13 years old, just cover your ears for a while. Okay, so very tight. His baton is inside. Has been successfully inserted in the holster. Yeah, whatever. Quit it, quit it. Okay, I'm stopping. Stopping right now. Okay, yes. He can barely stand up. Okay. He can barely stand up with the baton inserted in the holster. Okay, whatever. So he's there. He's got a smirk on his face. Yeah, whatever. Daredevil. Enough! 10 minutes already. Okay, now Bullseye. See, that's how you make him hold his blade. Pretty cool. Not trying to tell on anybody, but that's how you hold the blade. Yeah. Just kidding. Ash, I'm just kidding. Anyway, you could hold. No, he can't. Impossible. Ashrock was right about this one. I actually, when I saw the video, I said, "What? Bullseye can't even hold his throwing knife? Come on, man!" So I figured he's got a pistol grip. Why not hold it like a cigarette or a pencil, whatever? That would have been pretty cool, like that. It's like he's giving you the the dirty finger, whatever. Anyway, you could store the weapon neatly at the back right there. There's a nice bit of holster right there. So very nice detail that Hasbro added. They didn't have to put that, but I'm glad they did. He also comes with a silver painted gun. Could be a 45, not sure. Which he can hold perfectly in either hand because of the pistol grip. And he can put in his holster. Now what's really interesting about this figure is the way it's sculpted, the head sculpt. I actually like the head sculpt more than the previous incarnation, the Wave 1 Marvel Universe. The very first wave, I think, had Bullseye. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. If you want to know the how that Bullseye looked, I don't have that figure. Check out Ashrock's video. The guy does awesome reviews. If you haven't actually subscribed to him, you don't know what you're missing. He has a lot of funny and really brilliant reviews on Marvel Universe figures. So check it out. I'll post the link at the bottom. But he's done a great review on this set. If you can check it out, you get to see what the previous incarnation of Bullseye was, as well as the previous mold for Daredevil was. This again, it's at the same body mold, so I'm not going to go through the articulation. But paint apps, if you're going to look for the best one on the shelf, the first thing you want to look at again is the head sculpt. But you know, rest assured, there's probably 1 out of 10 figures maybe that you will see that will have very poor paint apps. And the thing you'll need to look at is the eyes. Make sure they're painted well. Make sure. I've actually seen one that has him looking a little bit skewed to his upper right, to this side. He's like looking at something on this side, and he's smirking. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get ya. Anyway, but there was one painted that way. There was one painted. He was a little bit cross-eyed, but that's it. I mean, there's like 2 out of all the ones I've seen, about 15 of these, 15 or 20 of these packs on the shelves in several different stores. There are probably just 2 that were poorly painted. And the next thing you want to look at is the Bullseye that's painted on his forehead. It's actually molded on his forehead. It's supposed to be just painted, but Hasbro went ahead and molded the thing. It has some ridges, it has some texture, and make sure that the lines are just are painted well with the wash, and that it's not all white. That the lines are distinctly distinctly painted on that Bullseye. And other than that, there's nothing. The paint on this one, it's supposed to be a Bullseye on his upper chest. Make sure there are no smudges. I've seen some that had scratches, that the black line, but it's minor. Even if you did pick up that set, it'll be fine. Yeah, as well as the lines on the boots. Marvel has had problems with the white paint all throughout their the releases of Marvel Universe figures, and it's been very annoying in the past. But now it's been pretty good. So with the Bullseye figure, it's pretty cool. So same articulation as I said, and he's got his gun in his holster and his knife in his holster as well. Okay, and it's not tight. It's as big as a cathedral. So anyway, all right. I'm kidding. Okay, for those of you who got that joke, haha. Okay, let me just put everything in perspective. No pun intended. And put the comic book. I'm trying to squeeze the comic book right there. So, there you go, folks. Should you get this figure, if you're a big Daredevil fan, Bullseye fan, absolutely. I don't even have to recommend it to you. You probably already have it. If you're a big Marvel Universe fan, absolutely. This is one of the best 2-packs that Hasbro has ever come out with. In the history of the 2-packs, and I find it weird, and I'm actually liking figures of characters I'm not even fond of. But that's how it is. You know, sometimes I don't like the Skrull figure. I love that figure, but I don't like the character. But it turns out Hasbro just keeps making good products as the years go by, and their learning curve has really hit its mark. So, Marvel Universe figures fan, definitely pick this up. If you're just a casual Marvel Universe collector, do a double take on this set. You'll absolutely love it. If you're in Manila, you are trying to beat the scalpers to these sets. Check out the Toy Kingdom stores and big Toys R Us stores. They usually have them. Some of these stores have already had third shipments of them, just really to dissuade a lot of these scalpers roaming around the city, the metro, trying to get a buck or two. I absolutely hate scalpers, but anyway, that's what it is. And this video, once again, is in fxfranz length mode, and I do apologize for lengthy discussion on these sets, but it is absolutely wonderful, and I had a lot of things to say about it. If you like this video, I hope you do, you found it informative, please add it to your favorites or click the thumbs up button icon at the bottom. If you want to know my latest toy purchases and upcoming reviews, please follow me on Twitter at www.twitter.com/fxfranz. Alright folks, this has been the Marvel Universe Marvel's Greatest Battles Comic Packs 2-packs featuring Daredevil and Bullseye. Thanks for watching.